Junpei, which door do you want?
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play 999 Blind. I am the FlightlessBird, and I am still reeling from the last episode, which, if you didn't see it, just go watch it. It was one of the 6 ending routes, and yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. Instead, we're just gonna focus on today, which is to go through door 8. Because if we look here, so the cool thing about the way this flowchart works is all I had to do is just click here and fast forward to this spot, and then fast forward to this spot, and that basically unlocked this key. And so you'll see we have an unlock here and an unlock here. So now the question is, what adventures wait for us in this path? And then after we do this path, we're going to head to door 1, which is the final door that we have been through, not counting door 9, of course.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8. Okay, 8 it is. Yeah. All right then. That means June's gotta go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain. Yeah, we've already seen this before. Basically, he's going to say that, you know, the math basically says we both can't go through the same door. So we've seen this already.
Get it?
So I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward to us leaving through door 8.
Hey, you got it. We got all bets.
You mean
Yeah.
prop?
Yeah, I'm sure.
What?
If in other words, Zero, I'm dead. He's not gonna.
Everything's.
Yes.
Anyway, Clover, I figure any prop.
What up?
All right, let's move.
Door 8. A long moment they stood in front of the door. Lotus laid her hand against the chest and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then shall we go?
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them.
Okay.
Hurry!
Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, the bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. So all this is exactly the same, except we are going through door 8 this time instead of door 7. She turned and looked toward him. Her eyes met.
June.
Jumpy.
They nodded. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing?
Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered doors slammed shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electric beat.
81 seconds left. Hurry!
Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead.
Ugh.
June and Clover followed her. Junpei and Clover followed her, not June, as fast as they could.
It stopped.
That was the easiest dead we've ever had. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm, aloof, perhaps.
Pointless.
She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity.
What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys.
Well, in her defense, she doesn't know who her brother is. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl.
Maybe pairing these two together was a mistake. Too late now. I better catch up to them.
After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed.
Ah, it's a dead end.
The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end.
There's a door on the left, though.
For a few moments, they stood in front of a door, examining it. Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory? Huh.
Oh, that doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Me either. But there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei,
Huh?
please, you first.
Junpei's suspect of her politeness was motivated by something other than respect.
Ugh, fine.
Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. The room they found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into the wall made it possible to see the other side of the division.
You know, I think the window looks into another room.
Maybe it's for monitoring something.
Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table.
Looks so creepy.
Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus came up next to him.
It's kind of like that doll is waiting for surgery.
This is a laboratory, right? I'd say it's more like it's waiting to be experimented on.
Ooh,
It's creepy either way. You don't think that thing's gonna suddenly sit up or something, do you?
well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying.
She was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white.
Wait, where's Clover?
She was still standing near the entrance of the room. All the dots. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad.
What is she?
There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her, and as kindly as he could, he spoke.
Are you okay?
Clover looked away.
What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What? I can't be quiet if I want to?
Well, I mean, of course you can.
Okay then. If I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment.
Junpei, you just don't get it!
Yeah, then she suddenly said that. Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backward a few steps, alarmed.
My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind! Something happened to him! Something bad.
Yeah.
Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her American nightmares by Clover's voice, turned towards them.
What happened?
Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei.
Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone.
Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to quickly walk away.
Hey, wait, Clover! Hold on! That way is...
I told you to leave me alone!
He might as well have been talking to a wall for all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Without even slowing down, she passed through the doorway.
Clover, watch out above you!
Okay, that's not good. And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis, sealing Clover in.
What the heck? What's going on here?
Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could.
Hang on! I'll get it open.
Oh, for crying out. You'll never do it on your own.
Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but... all the dots.
Damn it! It's not moving.
Wait! Are you gonna give up? Just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it.
Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Seek a way out. Alright, let's go ahead and put up our timer. And let's begin the laboratory, which hopefully is going to be more successful than the last escape room we did, which was a complete disaster. Everything about this pathway was a disaster. I mean, let's just be honest, okay? Alright. A lot of things here. Okay. Let's start here. It looks like this door is the exit. This door on the right just goes to the laboratory. Nope, this door isn't going anywhere. No dice. It won't open. I mean, that's about as much as I expected. I don't think Zero will let us out this room quite like that easily. Hey, Clover. There's a door over here too. Wait. I'll be right there. I can hear her over here. Is this door gonna... Dang it. I can't open it. Clover. What about your side? It won't work. I can't even move the knob. Alright, so Clover is kind of stuck there. It's a silver handrail. Is this like an examination table? There's a creepy mannequin in here, guys. I think this thing is a monitor for whatever experiment they're running here. There's a bunch of stuff on here like resistance value and voltage. The power is off, so there's nothing on it right now. I wonder what this is. This thing here looks like a voltmeter. And is this a control for that? Gosh, there's so many dials. Why don't you try turning one of them? Nope, nothing. There's no power here, guys. I turned the dial a whole bunch, but even I could turn all the switches on and nothing happens. I wonder what they washed here. There are these weird color stains all over the sink. I guess this drain is for water, huh? Well, there's nothing here. Okay. I do know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. There's a pen line over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. Well, if they only use a pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it? Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker? Erase ink from a permanent marker. Huh. Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back. Okay. So we need to get rid of the ink. These are the stairs I just came down. The bars in the gate are just above me. It's a rack. There are a bunch of cables on it. Somebody cut the outer stuff off the cables. I can see the wires inside. Okay. Is there anything unusual on that machine? I don't know. You know? There are a bunch of cords hanging from the bottom of it. Jeez, this is a lot of cords. It looks like they all go over here into the mannequin's head. So the device and the mannequin are connected. What the heck are they doing in there? Oh man, back when this laboratory was active, there wasn't a mannequin in there, I bet. There was a real live human being on the table. I wonder what... No, I really don't want to think about that. Alright, no power going to it. Bunch of cables. There's something sticking out of the mannequin's head, like wires or something. What the heck were they doing in there? Huh? Why is she's all quiet now? They were doing an experiment on humans. Probably. Oh man, now she looks sad. Okay, let's look around a little bit more. A window made of really thick glass. I don't even think a bullet could break it. Junpei! Do something, please! Quick! Figure out how I'm gonna get out of here! Quick! Figure out how I'm gonna get out of here! Alright. I always say left is right, so let's go left first. They're cardboard boxes. There's some paper and stuff in them. What's in the boxes? They look quite full. As far as I can tell, it's a bunch of notes about some kind of experiments. It's all really technical and stuff. I don't really get it. Hello? Ethanol. Ethanol? I wonder if this is for antisepsis. Oh, it says anhydrous ethanol. Anhydrous? Is that different from the regular ethanol? Come on, that's common knowledge. Anhydrous ethanol is a powerful cleaner. It can even erase sparks left by a permanent marker. Oh, really? Well, before we continue searching here, let's go here and let's give her the vial. Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it. What am I gonna wipe with? Well, your clothes, of course. Oh, the dots! Haha, just kidding, just kidding. Please don't look at me like that, you're scaring me. Okay, we need to find something. Let's continue searching. A whole bunch of steel lockers. The 9 on the right all have little red lights on them. Red lights, huh? Well, it can't hurt to give these babies a try. Yep, just as I thought. Locked tight, all 9 of them. I wonder if there's anything important in there. Well, it's possible to tell. Looks like a computer. This is a computer. The power isn't on. Well, there is a power button. This is a waste of time. What? I don't see a power cable. Oh yeah, you're right. No power cable. The thing isn't even connected to a main computer though. It's got a monitor, keyboard, mouse, but that's it. Just sticking the power cable in it isn't going to do anything. Oh, I don't know about that. Huh? It doesn't have any power. The mouse, keyboard, power cable. Okay. Those lockers are a little larger than the ones on top. Let's see if there's anything useful in there. And nope, nothing. Really? Nothing? Okay. There's a lot of stuff here. The hands on the clock have stopped moving. The clock may stop, but time goes on. No time to screw around. We need to figure out a way out of here. I wonder if this clock, the 1226, has anything to do with a puzzle in this room. I'm sorry, everyone. You may have noticed that the clock has jumped forward because I just had a really bad coughing spat there, and I wanted to edit it out. You don't want to hear me cough. Yeah, so these are 2 levers here. Do you think they activate something? Well, why don't you move one? Alright, I'll give it a try. Nope. Doesn't look like anything's happened. The only thing about this room that's changed is that the lever's down now. Not very impressive. This is a keyhole. This looks like a keyhole for the activation key. I think this thing's supposed to power that machine in the other room. Well, it doesn't appear to be doing that. I wonder how we're supposed to turn it on. This is a really old type of keyboard. Okay. Power distributor in the control panel. They're not working at the moment. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of those. Well, I can say for sure that I do not know how to use at least one of those things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power cable. The power cable? Huh? I'll take that. This is definitely a power cable. Do you remember if we ran into anything that didn't have power? Yes, I do, actually. This thing right here. This monitor doesn't have a power cable, so one end of this cable needs to be connected to a monitor, and the other end needs to plug in under the desk. Alright, let's just slip you in. Huh? Well, shoot, I can't use this. What's wrong? This cable has 3 prongs, but this socket only has 2 holes. It's not gonna fit, is what I'm saying. In other words, we're gonna need a plug to change the power cable to one with 3 prongs. That's right. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh man, there's never an easy answer, is there? Anything else here? I wonder what this cable's connected to. Okay, one side of this room is with us. The other side extends into the laboratory where the control is. In other words, the console in front of us is connected to the device in the laboratory. Alright. This looks like the control for some kind of electric lock. The red light is on. Then it's gotta be locked. There's a green light just below it. Although that one isn't lit. I'll be able to turn on if we can unlock it, right? Yes, but how are we going to unlock it? There's no keyhole, no card reader, and no keyboard for putting in a password. Huh. I have no idea. And that's the same as the other one. Okay. Meant to do this. Nothing there. Clover, can you use a cloth on the table? Use, huh? Soak it with ethanol and then use it to wash off all the stuff on the permanent marker, okay? Right, okay. So I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Ah, there we go. Well, she's got the cloth, but she does seem to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. Soak the cloth with ethanol and... Junpei! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off! Huh? There's some kind of weird drawing under all that permanent ink. What's the deal with the drawing that Clover just found? Maybe I should ask to take another look at the table. I wonder what this is. These are a bunch of numbers in some kind of grid. I can't see it from here. Clover, you've got a pen and notebook, right? Could you write those numbers down and then hand them to me through the iron bars? Okay. Roger. Here, Junpei. I wrote down all the numbers from the desk on here. Paper with numbers on it acquired. New material has been added to the file screen. Okay, let's go look at that. Clover's note. The note Clover copied from the stand in the laboratory has the four numbers written in 9 separate cells. 3, 4, 2, 1. Let me write this down on another sheet of paper. Okay. How does that help us? Does that help us with this thing? A whole bunch of lockers. None of them are locked. Okay. We are missing something somewhere. Okay, what does the clock say? 12:26, right? 12:26 says the clock. It's got to be something else in here. I got the scribblings on the table already. It's a rack. There are some cables on top with copper wire exposed. Wash basin. Clover, it's power. Hey Clover, are there any power cables over there? Huh? What do you mean? Does the plug have 3 prongs or 2? I didn't know what you're talking about. Let me go look. Guess she does have to kind of crouch down to look under there, huh? The cable on the monitor has, it's got 2 of those little metal thingies. What does that mean? That's it. Okay, can you unplug that cable and bring it over here? Okay, but, well, I can unplug it, but it's connected to the main computer. I can't take it over to you. Dang it, that's no good then. Well, how about just the plug? What do you mean? The plug. Well, maybe more like a, connector. It's the sort of thing that makes a plug with the 3 metal thingies into a plug with the 2 metal thingies. Still useless? No, not useless at all. Yeah. That's just what we were looking for. Okay. Can you, hold on for a little bit? And back down she goes. Alright. Unplugged. I'll hand it to you over at the bars, okay? Cool. Now we can make some progress in this puzzle. Here you go, 2-prong plug. Thanks, Clover. That's the 2-prong plug that we can use to convert the power plug from the 3-prong cable into the 2-prong one. Okay, put the 2-prong into the head of this power cable. And now we have something that should work. Alright, I got the 2-prong cable in my hand. I'm pretty sure this will work. Under the desk I go. And let's just plug this thing into the monitor. Alright, that ought to do it. Alright, let's turn the power on. I don't think anything's going to happen. Why not? Well, it's not connected to the main computer. You never know until you try. Pretty optimistic. Junpei pushed the button on the front of the monitor.
Oh, that worked.
With a soft hum, it turned on. Stream of letters that made no sense to Junpei began to scroll across the screen.
What?
Updating RSF file. Make directory. Make BC 27.3 seconds start. What? Yeah, I'd hoped it would turn on, but he hadn't expected this.
Huh? It's running on its own?
It certainly looks like it.
Isn't that kinda weird?
What?
Well, it's not connected to the main computer, right? There's just this keyboard and monitor. The only cable connected to this thing is the power cable we just plugged in. So, why is it working?
Maybe it's a wireless display.
Clearly, this was a reasonable explanation to Lotus.
A wireless display?
Yes, it connects to your computer wirelessly, hence the name. Have you been living in a cave, Junpei?
He most certainly had not, but...
Is that normal?
Yes, at least where I worked.
Oh.
Oh, it stopped.
Pass with a colon.
Looks like we need to enter a password.
Again? There must be a hint around here somewhere.
Could you go take a look?
Yeah, I'm on it. What are you going to do?
I'll see if I can do something about this on my own.
On your own?
Yep, on my own.
Lotus?
She's some sort of computer hacker. Lotus pulled over the nearest chair and dropped herself down into it in front of the keyboard. For a second, she stared at the screen. She kneaded her hands, knuckles popping, and twisted her back left, then right.
All right. Let's kick some ass.
Lotus smiled to herself and rubbed her hands together in anticipation. Then, before Junpei had time to blink, she was typing at incredible speed. The click-clack of the keys running together like machine gun fire. Oops, I didn't mean to do that.
Wait, what?
Junpei was, for once, at loss for words.
Didn't expect that, did you?
Of course I didn't! You're typing so fast, I can't even see your fingers. What kind of job do you have? What are you?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but I quit.
Why?
Lotus blinked.
Huh? Oh, it was just something.
She stopped typing for a moment, and her face fell.
I see.
This was not an avenue of questioning to be pursued. Junpei realized and quickly shut his mouth. All the dots. Lotus's fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds she was back up to speed. As she typed, more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the screen.
Oh, what are you doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... Well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version?
Without looking up or slowing down, she began to explain.
A brute force attack is one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel awed.
Oh, but back to what we were talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right? So you enter 1 plus 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No, not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 plus 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right?
What's your point?
They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor.
Ah, I see.
They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that,
What's your point?
because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
Lotus continued to type. Junpei scratched his head.
So, what are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same?
Are you talking about that thing they did where they were trying to brainwash people or mind control them?
Maybe the brain is just an output device, like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else, in a main body. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications. We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no retort. Her argument just seemed silly. He was a little surprised to be hearing something like that from someone like her.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
Did Lotus really think that? He wondered. It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultist religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increasing discomfort, Lotus
If
continued.
memory is actually stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere, maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight, too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
Yeah, explain that one to me. He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess. I never heard the word prosopagnosia before.
What? You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
Lotus spun around in a chair to look at him. Junpei just shrugged and shook his head.
No. What is it?
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces.
Oh, I know that one.
In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours.
Yeah, I've heard of that before. I just didn't know the word.
So they can't remember faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same, even though they've obviously got faces. It's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Well, that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Junpei did his best to act as though the entire lecture hadn't gone completely over his head.
And, what were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
All the dots.
Not funny.
So prosopagnosia is also known as face blindness. It means you can't recognize other faces. Often affects people from birth and is usually a problem a person has for most of all of their life. It can have a severe impact on everyday life. Many people with prosopagnosia are not able to recognize family members, partners, or friends. They may cope by using alternative strategies to recognize people, such as remember the way they walk, the hairstyle, the voice, or the clothing. But these types of strategies do not always work. For example, when a person with prosopagnosia meets someone in an unfamiliar location. What causes it? Developmental. When a person has it without having brain damage, or acquired because of a stroke or a head injury. Most cases were thought to occur after a brain injury, but research found that many people without having brain damage had it first. Interesting. It's a very rare disease. I'm just reading this, I'm reading an article from nhs.uk/condition/face blindness, and it's talking about this condition. Yeah, I know I've heard this condition before because I took college classes that dealt with a bunch of disabilities, such as being able to see sounds, or what is that one called? When you like see colors instead of sounds, or other conditions. But yeah, so I had a lot of classes on the different disabilities, and I've heard of this condition. I just couldn't remember the word. I'm not a medical guy, so there's no chance of me remembering this long term. Lotus' smile had something rather masochistic to it.
It's nothing more than a story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
You cracked it?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
Good job. As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter key.
Oh, then you finished that brute whatever thing?
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
Chunks of text flickered on and off in quick succession, and then a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. The screen cleared, and all that left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Good job, Lotus. Lotus would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. After a few seconds, the accepted disappeared to be replaced with 9 squares, arranged in a 3x3 square. Wonderful.
The screen changed again. What the hell is that?
No idea. Looks like a puzzle.
Suddenly, Lotus stood up.
Huh? Aren't you gonna, I don't know, do more computer stuff?
No, I can't do any more. It won't let me do any more programming. See? The keyboard. Nothing.
I'm really glad you came into this room, because what happened if Lotus didn't come to this room? How would we have gotten the password?
So, there's nothing more I can do.
Well,
I guess I'll leave this to you then, Junpei.
What?
Let me take a break, all right? I did my part.
I wasn't sure what to say to that. She certainly had done her part. In fact, without Lotus, probably would have run completely aground. I shouldn't rely on other people so much, Junpei thought to himself.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Lotus.
No problem. And make sure you know when you should thank people.
Now, I better take care of this myself. No more relying on anyone else.
Let's do this. Junpei crossed his arms and stared at the puzzle shown on the screen. Okay. So our thing said 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if it's that easy. 1, 2, 3. Wow, that actually was that easy. All right. I solved it. Did you hear a noise just now? Yeah, I did. It sounded like something unlocking. Where did it come from? Oh, came from here. Look, Junpei. The lights on the lockers are green. Then we must have unlocked it with the computer puzzle. What's inside? What's in here? Keys? There's more than one key in here. This one is small, and it looks like it goes to some sort of machine. And this one has the Earth symbol on it. I think the Earth symbol matches the keyhole in the door on the A deck. Well, if that's the case, we probably don't need the Earth key right now. Alright then, Earth key. I'll just tuck you away deep in my pocket. Now, as for the other key... Activation key. It says COM on it. What key is this? From the shape of it, I'd say it's not for a door. Probably some sort of device. Oh. What is it? I wonder, do you think maybe this is the activation key for that thing? The activation key? Yes, it has to be. I feel good about this. Alright, well let's throw this to Clover. It was at that moment when he heard a voice behind him. It was Clover.
Hey, Junpei, do you have a minute?
He put the puzzle aside for a moment and walked over to Clover. Of course I do, what's up?
What's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah?
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Now I wonder, what happens if you were to go through door 4 and then through this door? Would you have this conversation? Maybe that's what these locks are for. Maybe these are conversations that we missed because we didn't do something. So I'll be really interested to see if there's a lock here after this escape room.
Huh?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more he made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. Clover was quite attached to her brother. Of course she would have been worried about him.
Well, let me think.
He thought back to when he gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something that would help her. However, all the dots.
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei and turned to walk away.
Hey, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, was he born...
Blind?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm.
What do you mean?
It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh.
All the dots.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Talking about her brother had taken a great deal out of Clover. Junpei nodded.
Look, I'm sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. Hey, can I give you this key? Junpei, thank you so much for everything. Whoa, what's this all about? And also, I'm sorry I messed up. Hey, we can talk about this when we get you out, okay? Just hang on, Clover. I'm gonna get you out of there right away. Yay! I think this is the first time I've actually seen a genuine smile out of this chick. Hey, can I give her this key? Can I give her this key? Guess not. We're gonna have to do it through here, probably. Not through there, through here. Can we not click on the mannequin? Can we not use this key with anything? Or maybe it's something we activate here. Ah, I forgot about this key. This key. This shape sure makes it seem like it goes to this machine. Alright, I'm turning it on. Okay, the monitor is on now. And it's full of letters. It's showing some kind of warning. Power restored to experimental device. Emergency system will activate in the event of abnormal subject behavior. Okay. Let's look. It says power restored. Am I getting attached to this thing? Maybe we should give it a name. How about the science boy? Science boy is lying on the table. His forehead is full of electrodes. There we go. Junpei! This thing in here is on now. Yeah, that's because we activate the power over on this side. Could you, like, play with it a little? Okay. Yeah. I'll, turn this dial here. Turn, turn, turn. All the dots. I don't think it's working. Nothing happened. Well, maybe she missed something. I should ask her to look around the room again. It's a rack. Some cables, scribblings. Wash basin. Maybe if you increase the voltage? Roger. Will do. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to max voltage. Max voltage? Hey. Wait, Clover. Ah. What? I think Whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! The mannequin's head! Oh man, that sounds like a fire alarm. God, what the heck? Fire detected! Fire detected! The emergency system will now be activated. Evacuate the room immediately. Clover? Science boy's head's on fire. Science boy! No! Oh, the humanity! What the heck is this science boy? Are you talking about the mannequin? Yeah? Forget about the mannequin. You need to help Clover, now. Hey, Junpei. Do something. This is your fault. My fault? Is it? Junpei! It's so hot in here. Help me. What am I supposed to do? Junpei, it's so hot in here. Help me. Maybe we can actually, like... The gate's still shut. Maybe we, oh, green lock, green lock. Junpei, look at the light. Yes, it's green. The emergency system has activated and disabled the lock. Now we can save Clover. Junpei! Come on, kid, jump. She's safe. Oh man, that smoke is some serious business. Time to close this door again, I think. Clover! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Dang, she's coughing so hard she can't even talk. Of course I'm not alright. What the heck took you so long, you big jerk? I was almost dead. All the dots. Sorry, I wasn't going as fast as I could. You two get to this radar. Right now, we need to get the heck out of here. That fire is not going to stay in that room forever. Well then, let's get out of here. Found it. At a time of 40 minutes and about 12 seconds. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you would like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. Please be sure to like and subscribe for more. Also, please do not forget, you matter. You are brilliant and you are loved. And you should always remember to be true to yourself. Don't let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly feathered flightless bird. Till next time.